The tale of the three brothers. There were once three brothers who were traveling along a lonely, windy road at twilight. In time, the brothers reached a river too deep to wade through and too dangerous to swim across. However, the brothers were learned in the magical arts, and so they simply waved their wands and made a bridge appear across the treacherous water. They were halfway across it when they found their path blocked by a hooded figure.
And so Death spoke to them. He was angry that he had been cheated out of 3 new victims, usually trolls drowned in the river. But Death was cunning. He pretended to congratulate the 3 brothers upon their magic and said that each had earned a prize for having been clever enough to awake him.
Though the eldest brother, who was a combative man, asked for a wand more powerful than any in existence, a wand that must always win duels for its owner, a wand worthy of a wizard who had conquered death. So Death crossed to another tree on the banks of the river, fashioned a wand from a branch that hung there, and gave it to the eldest brother.
Then the second brother, who was an arrogant man, decided that he wanted to humiliate Death still further and asked for the power to recall others from death. So Death picked up a stone from the riverbank and gave it to the second brother and told him that the stone will have power to bring back the dead.
And then Death asked the third and youngest brother what he would like. The youngest brother was the humblest and also the wisest of the brothers, and he did not trust them. So he asked for something too far from the place without being followed by Death. And Death must unwillingly hand over his own cloak of invisibility. Then Death stood aside and ordered the 3 brothers to continue on the way. And they did so, talking with wonder of the adventures they had had and admiring Death's gifts.
In due course, the brothers separated, each for his own destination.
The first brother traveled on for a week or more and reaching for a distant village. He sought out a fellow wizard with whom he had a quarrel. Naturally, with the elder wand as his weapon, he could not fail the duel that followed. Leaving his enemy dead up on the floor, the first brother proceeded to an inn, when he boasted loudly about powerful of his wand and how it made him invincible.
That very night, another wizard crept upon the oldest brother's hill by sudden upon his bed. The thief took the wand and, for to measure, slit the oldest brother's throat.
And so Death took the first brother for his own.
Meanwhile, the second brother journeyed to his own home, where he lived alone. Here, he took out the stone, had the power to recall others, the dead, and turned it thrice in his hand. His amazement and his delight, the figure of the girl one hoped to marry to before her untimely death appeared at once before him.
Yet she was silent and cold, separated from us south by a veil. South she had returned to the mortal world. She did not truly belong there and suffered. Finally, the second brother, driven mad with hopeless longing, killed himself so as truly to join her.
And so Death took the second brother for his own. But though Death searched the third brother for many years, he was never able to find him. It was he had an only a great age. After finally he took the cloak of invisibility and gave it to his son. And then he greeted them as an old friend and went with him gladly. And equals, they departed this life.